Well, what happens if you go out of the door and from your office, you leave the office and you're on the street, then you suddenly hate pizza? Some words cannot become progressive like this. Hi there. Welcome to IELTS Juice. Thank you for submitting your essay for assessment at IELTS Juice. Let's start analyzing it together. So the rubric says, today our communications, medicine, and transport systems all depend on computer technology. The rubric intentionally says some specific items: communications, medicine, and transportation systems or transport system, depending on British English or American English way of saying it. And they all depend on computer technology. Now, the rubric doesn't just tell us these as examples. There is always like a guideline. So when IELTS gives us words or categories, expects them in return. The rubric says, our reliance on computer technology in these fields has created a dangerous situation. So the rubric is correct. Always at IELTS, rubric presents us with something that IELTS believes is a fact, is a factual point. And based on the fact, we know this technology is evil because we are too much reliant on it. And in these fields, in these specific 3 fields, we found ourselves in a dangerous situation. Essay type, which is this line, says, to what extent do you agree or disagree with this statement? So it's important what you think. And your opinion regarding this is going to basically shape the entire essay. With that analysis out of the way, let's look at the response. I disagree with this opinion. Which opinion? Your response should be independent, and it's completely different from the rubric. We need to present the idea again. When examiners assess your writing, on the right-hand side, they have these numbers, categories that they need to go through and fill in those elements. There are some forms. They just choose some numbers and elements and they click. But on the left-hand side is your essay for them to assess. And they spend only 5, maybe 10 minutes. They know what the rubric is, but the rubric is not in front of them. And again, that's besides the point. Your essay, whatever we write, should be standalone. We cannot rely on the rubric as part of our response. Our response is standalone. So our first sentence needs to introduce what we're talking about. This opinion, what opinion? I don't know. This is the first time I'm hearing this. We need to exactly say what opinion it is. So it has to be the first sentence. We shouldn't be, you're a little, in this case, hasty. So you jumped on it. It's a correct move, but it's not a correct place to make that move. It should be the second sentence or maybe the third sentence in your introduction that you clearly state your disagreement. So it should be, I disagree with the opinion which says that we are too much reliant on technology these days. I think basically because the subject remains the same, you can delete this. You can say and think because it is still you. That computer technology has given a lot of benefits to our communications, medicine, and transport systems, plural. If I were you, I would have, I mean, this is exactly what you can find in the rubric. Communications, medicine, and transport systems. Communications, medicine, and transport systems. If there are any words written, if there are any 3 words or more consecutively, like one after another, copied from the rubric, IELTS will ignore. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words will be cut out of your essay, and they will also be cut out of your word count. So how many words did we write here? 263 words. They cut 5 words and they're going to say you have written 258 words. Very risky. You are just 8 words above the minimum standard. Very risky. Instead of creating dangerous situations. But I also think someone would be against this development. Why are we talking about other people's opinions? IELTS clearly wants to know what you think. And the last sentence of the introduction is the most important sentence in your entire essay, and we are giving it away to other people's opinions. That is not a good way to start an essay. It weakens your point. Your opinion matters. If you are going to talk about other people's opinions, you only need to mention those opinions just to boost your opinion. Why? Because this is an opinion essay and it wants your opinion. Your opinion matters, not anybody else's opinions. So we don't give them any development. We don't give them any chances. If we want to mention their opinions, that's the only reason which is valuable here would be to mention it just to defeat them, just to show how bad their opinion is. And in other way, how good our opinion is in this case, and how good we are, how good our position is. So I wouldn't write about other people's opinions here. No way. That's a bad move. This is not a good introduction. It needs a lot of work. We need at least 2 sentences. It's all one big kind of, I guess, compound sentence, I guess. And then, well, what can I add? The thesis statement is just for other people's opinions, which actually should be completely different. It doesn't matter if you start your sentence by saying this clearly. This is a little too soon. Maybe the place of these two should have been reversed. Like there are some people who believe in that, and then you say, but I don't. And I disagree. And I disagree based on reasons A and B, or maybe A and B and C. So we have, first of all, we don't know, first of all, you're going to defend your opinion, or first of all, you're going to defend other people's opinion, or you're going to just state their opinion and defeat them and then come back to your opinion. We don't know that. I as a reader, am a little bit confused now. First of all, I believe that thanks to the development of technologies, comma, we have achieved a lot of new facilities, such as the smartphone, a device which can interlink anyone through the internet. I love this word. Interlink is a correct word. I love the way you defined the smartphone. I don't need examples or maybe development here. I need a topic sentence. I need to know what we are going to talk about in this particular paragraph. And that's important for me. And it's not given here. For instance, you can talk to someone in the opposite side of the world. After, for instance, this is a sentence. So I need to change this comma to semicolon. For instance, and then comma, you can talk to someone in the opposite side of the world in a few seconds. Okay. Computers have also revolutionized the world of medicine. Okay, so the first one was about communication. The second one is about medicine. For example, sometimes, okay, I need semicolon again before, for example, because this one is against a sentence. Sometimes can give a more accurate information. Who can give a more accurate information about where's the subject? Again, maybe computers, right? So for example, they which refers to computers, sometimes can give a more accurate information. And it should be they can sometimes give a more accurate information about someone's disease than a doctor knowledge, than a doctor's. Are you sure you want to compare computer with a doctor's knowledge? Or you want to analyze a computer's evaluation versus a doctor's diagnosis? You know, what they diagnose diseases. So that's, again, something to be mindful of. Nowadays, the computer technology is being essential. The computer technology is being essential. It is essential. Why it is being essential? Why is it present progressive? It feels like you want to say, I don't know, I am loving pizza. If you love pizza, generally, it doesn't matter when you eat it. So it's generically correct. I prefer pizza to hamburgers, for example. So why all of a sudden it's just, I am loving pizza? Well, what happens if you go out of the door and from your office, you leave the office and you're on the street, then you suddenly hate pizza? Some words cannot become progressive like this. And if something is essential, then it is essential for a duration of time. It cannot start being essential for that. You just need to use present simple tense here. These verbs are called state verbs. You can look it up. State verbs in English. And you may find a list of verbs that they basically cannot get ing. Again, thanks. You're welcome. You keep thanking. I mean, you just keep telling me thanks. Thanks. Well, actually, thank you for submitting the essay. But if you want to say due to, because of, then you can say thanks to. And that's a totally different. It's not just a simple vocabulary mistake. It's a connecting mistake, and it's also a vocabulary mistake. It's not done or executed correctly. Thanks to an introduction of artificial intelligence in medical machines. Nowadays, the computer technology is essential. I don't need this. Thanks to an introduction of artificial intelligence, thanks to the introduction of artificial intelligence in medical machines, doctors can foresee a bad disease. It's a weird collocation. Do we have a good disease? You see a family member is coughing and you say, oh, good, you're coughing. Very good. That's a good disease. Just stay home and enjoy. Maybe you wanted to say a serious disease, a life-threatening disease. Oh, you mentioned such as cancer. Okay, so cancer is not a bad disease. It's a serious disease. It's a serious illness. It's a life-threatening illness. It kills. It's that serious. Thanks to, there you go, finally, for the third time, thanks to these facilities. Okay, these facilities, yeah, the facilities that use, or the AI enhanced facilities. With the artificial intelligence trend, so the artificial intelligence was in this paragraph. Why are we again talking about it here? Why is there a new paragraph for that? What's the purpose of this new paragraph? With the artificial intelligence trend, even the transport system can benefit from it. Oh, so we mentioned communication and medicine in the first body paragraph. If that was the case, then I needed a sentence here to tell me that the implementation of technology in medicine, no, first, what did you talk about? Okay, in communication first. In communication first, and then in medicine has revolutionized our, I don't know, our present, and hopefully it will continue to revolutionize our lives in future. here with the now this paragraph is devoted to transportation. Again, I need a sentence that clearly states that here in this paragraph, you're going to talk about transportation. And then I need before examples are very good, but we keep using them too early. I need a sentence here to first explain the concept to me, and then I need an example. For instance, in the US, Uber, good one, has introduced self-driving taxi cars. Yeah, this is redundant. You can, oops, yeah, sorry. You can say taxi or cabs, which can be booked from an app on smartphones, and a car without a driver. Okay, there are too many and a car without a driver will come to you and will bring you wherever and will take you anywhere you want. Not wherever. Wherever is not a good word choice here. In my opinion, comma, so this is, I mean, all of it should be your opinion, but not just one paragraph. The improvement of technology has brought a new lifestyle, has brought something to everyone. But someone says that it could create, there's a missing subject here. It's the second time we have a missing subject. Missing subjects are damaging. Could create dangerous situations, such as more and more workers fired from their jobs because a computer has replaced their work, their duties or their tasks. Good concept, but it's just presented. In the entire essay, we're almost done. And we are now presented with something new. Okay, what if? Let's look at the bad side. This paragraph is not about your opinion, then the topic sentence is not accurate. This is a paragraph devoted to other people's opinions, which again, I told you, we only need to state other people's opinions if we want to show how bad they are and how good our opinion is. Otherwise, we don't need other people's opinions because IELTS just asks us what our opinion is. I understand now. In conclusion, I think new technologies have a relevant place in our society and can give a hand, good word, good structure, to each sector of our lifestyle. Yes, sector of our lives, or maybe help us improve our lifestyle. Lifestyle doesn't have sectors. Our lives have sectors. Lifestyle is very different. Like anyone's lifestyle is unique. So there are no defined sectors, but our lives are defined by sectors like work, like family, hobbies. 263 words without the 5 words in the beginning, so 258 words. Let's look at the band descriptors. Yeah, yes. Let me tell you first that I respect the range. It's adequate. Like you have the minimum standard range of vocabulary and phrases for this particular topic. There are some elements I can see that there are attempts to use some uncommon or less common vocabulary, but they are not always accurate. There are in some cases they're very accurate and good, and I told you bravo, but not always. And thank God that the elements there didn't affect, regarding vocabulary, did not affect my understanding. I totally 100% understood what you wanted to say. It wasn't natural, but the communication was not affected. For grammar, we had 2 missing subjects. Subject and verb are absolutely important elements of any English sentence. And if any of them is missing, understanding is affected, communication is affected. So that's why they're affected, but not, I mean, it's borderline 5. Like if I go ahead and give it 5, then it will affect the score immediately. That's why it's a little bit risky. Like 2 missing subjects, That's a lot. That's a lot. Subjects and verbs must not be omitted, in no way. Yes, we had compound sentences, we had simple sentences. Some of them were correctly executed, but we had many errors in punctuation, and also missing subject is an error, and also some subject-verb agreement. The verb needed to agree with the subject. Punctuation, I told you. Sentence types also must be correct. So a sentence needs to be a complete sentence. There were some connecting words errors that will lead me to here, this one. The connection was inaccurate, and in some cases overused or overly used, for example, and. I did not understand the entire placement of paragraphs until I read them. I had no idea. So there was some organization, but it wasn't 100%. And paragraphing was again borderline 5. Yeah, not always logical. We didn't have topic sentences for each paragraph. I didn't know why I'm reading a certain paragraph. And as for task response, the rubric had only one main topic to talk about, and that was your opinion. We talked about your opinion, and we know that you showed disagreement very clearly. So your position was solid throughout the essay. But we wanted you to focus more on your own opinion. Instead, there were some elements that wanted to focus on other people's opinions as well, which did not receive proper development. And we just simply stated that, yeah, there are some other people, and yeah, they believe this, and done. And I still do not know why we listened to those people's opinions. It didn't help our opinion, boost our own opinion. So why did we even mention it? And we mentioned it, we didn't properly develop it. There was just one sentence that they believe in this. Why? That requires development. Remember, every time, every main idea you present at IELTS must be addressed, developed, and if you need to bring even examples to it or include your personal experience, you might as well go ahead and do that. So every single element needs addressing and development. All in all, this essay cannot get any further than 5.5. However, it can easily get to 6 if we just focus on your own opinion and forget other people's opinions. And we just focus on correctly arranging your opinion into proper paragraphs with labels, that in this paragraph I'm going to focus on this, in the other paragraph I'm going to focus on that, and the third paragraph I'm going to focus on this. That would give us a clear structure on your opinion essay. And I hope you enjoyed looking at this video, learning from it. If you need any more questions, let us know. Have a lovely day ahead.